Today I'm ranking every, or at least every main character in Gravity Falls in under 1 minute, from F tier being the worst to S tier being the absolute best of the best. Starting off the ranking, we got Mabel Pines, the main character of the show. Dipper is a 12-year-old boy who loves the supernatural, adventures, and disco girl. He spends most of his time trying to discover any new information about the strange town of Gravity Falls, which does get him into a bit of trouble from time to time. Besides this, Dipper is a pretty smart kid with a good head on his shoulders and a great brother to his sister. He always tries to do the right thing and puts others before himself. Overall, he's a very entertaining and likable character, so I'm gonna have to put him in S tier. Next up, we have Mabel Pines, Dipper's twin sister. Mabel is a lot more wild and energetic compared to Dipper, and although she isn't as smart as he is and has shown to be selfish at times, she's still a very good person. Her positive and optimistic outlook in dire situations has helped her family in more ways than one. She still has some room to grow, but regardless, I think Mabel is a good character, with a very entertaining and great relationship with her brother. So I'll put Mabel in S tier as well. Moving away from the Pines family, we have Zeus Ramirez, a handyman who works at the Mystery Shack and a very close friend to the Pines family. Zeus is very childish and easygoing. He has a lack of serious nature and can be a bit of a nuisance at times. But despite his childlike behavior, Zeus does show a lot of love for his friends and family. He is always looking out for them, often being the first one present at desperate times, and is always searching for a way to help. Zeus is an extremely kind-hearted person who is very protective of his loved ones, and is arguably the funniest character on the show. Taking everything into consideration, I think I have to put Zeus at S tier as well. But don't worry, we do have some characters who aren't going to be ranked as high. Next on the list, we have Pacifica Northwest, a spoiled 12-year-old girl who was a very mean bully in the early episodes. Pacifica was one of the main antagonists of the show, mostly directing her insults towards Mabel, but was never afraid of sharing her hatred to the rest of the Pines family. Fortunately, Pacifica does go through some serious character development later on in the show and begins to treat others with more respect, showing signs of appreciation and kindness in her own way. Pacifica was honestly one of the few characters in the show who made a complete 180. From a brat who disregarded people's feelings to a somewhat humble and civil girl. So although annoying and mean at first, her character development and chemistry with the others lands her at A tier. Next up, we have Waddles. Yes, that's right, Waddles. Waddles is Mabel's pet pig who she won at a fair. He's a very playful and energetic piggy who always shows a strong affection towards Mabel. His curious nature and childlike spirit helps him connect to the audience and other members of the Pines family. He's a very supportive character for Mabel, often removing discomfort and relieving tension. Waddles is a very loyal companion to the cast, so for these reasons, I'll place him in S tier. The next character we're going to rank is Gideon Gleeful, another formal antagonist of the show. Gideon is a child psychic, or at least pretended to be one. He was also a liar and manipulator who sought after power, and was willing to use anything and anyone to get it, even summoning Bill Cipher. Gideon was a very persistent and relentless villain who caused a lot of problems for the Pines family, like constantly harassing Mabel and almost eliminating Dipper. And although he helped them in the end, it was a little too late, and for that, I will have to place Gideon in B tier. Next up, we have Mr. Mystery himself, or Stanley Pines. Stanley is a con man with a lengthy list of crimes he committed over the years. He is also the head of the Mystery Shack and uncle of the main twins, who tried his best to guide them away from the evils of Gravity Falls. His goofy personality mixed with his mysterious dark side makes a very enjoyable character. Stanley always shows up for his family and has proven he would do anything for them. So although technically speaking he is a criminal and the worst character, he is still a very misunderstood and complicated person. Stanley is a very popular character and fan favorite, for good reason, so I'll put him in S tier. The next character we're going to talk about is Old Man McGucket. McGucket is the town's nutcase, an old bearded man who was once an inventor and partner of Stanford Pines. Now a funny, deranged man with a broken mind, for the most part he is seen rambling on about different oddities or unusual sightings, but doesn't really cause any major issues. And despite his poor memory, he is still very helpful and resourceful, his inventions being one of the main reasons the crew was able to fight back against Bill Cipher. McGucket honestly means well and tries his best to get along with others. In my opinion, McGucket can stay comfortably at A tier. Next up, we have Stanford Pines, Stanley Pines' twin brother. Stanford is the author of the 3 journals and a genius inventor who studies the supernatural. And although his love for the paranormal has created a lot of problems for many people, he is always pursuing an answer and solution to each issue. His nerdy personality and witty remarks bounce off his brother's character quite nicely, and they make for an awesome duo. Stanford also had the best introduction out of all the characters, and a very sad past and backstory. And I might be a little biased because he's one of my personal favorite characters, but Stanford has to go in S tier. Moving on to the next character, we have Robbie Valentino, a sarcastic teenager and Wendy's ex-boyfriend. Robbie is Dipper's personal rival, often picking fun of his age and personality, which stemmed from the fact that Dipper had a crush on his girlfriend at the time, which was honestly surprising in itself, as Robbie wasn't really a good boyfriend either. He was a very jealous partner who would often disregard Wendy's feelings and emotions, lie to her, and straight up hypnotize her just to give him another chance. Obviously, being the main character's rival, Robbie wasn't meant to be liked. Robbie is an emotional, moody teenager who is very petty. He often complains about almost any situation and doesn't really have any guts. And despite his help at the end of the season, he still had a lot of bad moments. So I'll put Robbie at B tier. The penultimate character we are going to talk about is Wendy Corduroy, a laid-back teenage girl who works at the Mystery Shack. Wendy is the show's cool character. She gets along with everybody, can joke and banter with anybody, and is almost never in any serious conflict. Wendy is also very brave and daring, defending her friends multiple times in different predicaments. She can be both rebellious and mature. She is honestly a great support character for the main characters, demonstrating multiple times that she is able to carry out an emotional conversation with the two characters, being there both physically and mentally. So I think Wendy can sit at A tier. Now the last and final character we're going to talk about is none other than Bill Cipher, the one-eyed dream demon and embodiment of chaos. He is the show's main antagonist. As the smartest being in the cartoon, he can be charismatic, manipulative, and unpredictable. His emotional personality and imaginative prowess helps him rattle his victims in many ways. Bill is a very entertaining character with a large range of visual and impactful ability. He can play any role in any category. He can be menacing, dramatic, comedic, he can do it all. But enough glazing, I'm sure you know where Bill is going to be placed. So to finish my ranking of each character, he's obviously an S tier character. Well guys, it looks like that'll be it for today. I'll put my final ranking chart up on screen now so you can take a moment to look it over and share your personal opinion on it in the comments below. Anyway, please like the video if you enjoyed and subscribe if you would like to see more. Thank you so much for watching and I'll see you guys next time. Later. Also, don't forget to check out my ladies videos. I try to upload at least once a week, so make sure to turn on those post notifications and look out for my future videos.